Dear future me, one day looking back, you might not remember, but a lifetime from now, I hope you'll read this letter. This year, I know you lost your job and so did all of your friends. At times, it seems like this year would never end. But this year, some friends took their last breath, so I hope from now on, you take yours for granted. From the outside, 2020 looked quite dark, but there was plenty of light, so if I can be candid. In business, you learned how to adapt to an ever-changing scene. Through the frustrations, this year turned out better than the last 18.
As many of you know, this year live events of all kinds were canceled or postponed indefinitely due to the coronavirus pandemic. And while our business is one of the many suffering through this difficult time, because we massively serve live events with affordable video, photography, audio, lighting, and projection services, I knew the true victims of these events being canceled were the children who worked tirelessly to be a part of their spring musicals, concerts, recitals, and events.
You may not have a boyfriend, but you learned to respect yourself more. And I hope by now you found a man that doesn't make you feel alone anymore. Speaking of dreams, this year yours seemed to unravel. But it's amazing how all roads lead to the one we were always meant to travel. This year you worried quite a bit about your legacy after you leave. But just give me a moment and I promise I'll be brief. You started this year paying honor to your Uncle Jeff. Then you stood up for doctors and fought against homophobes. You found out your old pastor was lying when he said your love was a sin, and you helped parents adopt their first kid. In June, it seemed quite crazy, but it was only getting started. YouTube chose to sponsor our show and included us in multiple collaborations.
YouTube actually reached out to me today. So this is my actual email that I just got a couple minutes ago, right before I went live.
Then we partnered with Trevor Project and helped thousands of kids come out of the closet. And then on June 12th, our whole world changed. During a broadcast remembering Pulse nightclub, we helped stop 2 kids from taking their lives.
But tonight, I ask you to pause that celebration as we remember all of the LGBTQ innocent souls who cannot celebrate with us this year.
As it turns out, that was the final piece of the puzzle to who you were meant to be. From that moment on, you knew the number of subscribers or revenue or nothing else mattered. You knew it wasn't just a show anymore. It was a lifeline we were building. Remember those moments as a kid when you and I would wonder if we would ever come out and love like we were meant to? Well, now I want you to remember how beautiful that crowd looked on June 27th when you took to the stage and you were the keynote speaker at a Pride festival.
And before I go, because I absolutely love my tribe in the LGBTQ community, I would like to say, pause out for pups. I am Professor Pride. Thank you all and happy Pride Month.
I bet your uncle was looking down that day, and I bet he'd be proud. About a week later, you turned 28, and not only were you accepted now for who you love, but now you felt safe enough telling them a little more. So your amazing students started drawing your fursona, and you still have those pictures of puppies on the walls in your bedroom. It was soon after when they started calling you Professor Pride, and it wasn't long until you were teaching about history and health classes. You addressed the world in another powerful speech.
Good evening. Today is National Coming Out Day, which is a day to celebrate our love and our gender.
And gave kids a Halloween party, a Thanksgiving, and even a Christmas. In a year when parties in person weren't safe to hold. All year, you spent fighting for a candidate, which would help the community. And in November, you found out we fucking won. You dealt with another transphobic person, but this time, the rainbows drowned him out, because a week later, we were teaching the true science of being trans. Turns out, they are valid and trans lives matter the same. By the end of the year, we wrote a children's book, and now it's in schools worldwide. But on the book tour, you broke down. You were having anxiety and panic attacks, and once again, you were looking for ways to end it all. For some reason, you couldn't see all the good, so here's just a reminder. This year, we grew a Pride classroom from nothing to 20,000 subscribers, but I know you don't look at them that way. I know to you, they're all family members and close friends.
Matt Haslam himself, you helped me make more gay friends than legitimately any actual gay club that they have at my school.
On July 16th, I crashed our fan Zoom call to hang out with some of our biggest fans and answer all of their questions. This is what happened.
And while that channel has now hit 1 million views, I hope you know that you've helped so many more. Together, we've started dozens of GSA clubs around the world. We've taken on countries and effected changes which will long outlive us all. We've helped thousands of kids come out of the closet and provided them a safe space. Remember when you started this channel and your entire goal was to help just one? Even more amazing are the hundreds, if not thousands, we've saved from self-harm. I don't know why you don't feel like you're leaving a legacy, but I promise you are. So in the coming years, I hope you take some time for yourself. Put down your phone, remember to breathe, and hold strong your health. But remember that you don't need to be strong when you don't want to be. Take a page from your students, and remember, this is a community. I know you want to build this into so much more, but remember that Rome wasn't built in a day. So just take it one step at a time, because even ancient Rome was pretty gay. I hope next year you'll be speaking at more events and schools.
I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Matt Haslam.
Because so far the change you're making is pretty dang cool. I'd love for you to reply and tell us where you are now, but I guess that's the exciting part. We'll just have to figure out. As for the rest of you, I hope you have a very gay day. Bye for now, as Professor Pride might say. Dear future me, I know you'll do much more, but as for now, I'll see you in season 4.
It's like a Matt fucking hat. Oh my god.
I've never been described so many times with the F word between my name. Watch Powered by Rainbows Season 3, only on MHP TV.